Hello, Flosstube. It's only been a couple weeks since I've done a cross-stitch video, but considering how many other videos I've been doing for not cross-stitch stuff, I thought I should do one since I think most of you are subscribing to see the Flosstube videos and not all my other random stuff. So I hope that's not too irritating seeing that in your feed. So if you don't want to watch it, just ignore it. So I've got finishes. I have 2 whole finishes in the last, 2 weeks? Yeah, that was pretty quick. So, first I think I showed you the start of this one in the last video. The pig riding a unicycle. And I started dating them just with the month and year. I know some of you signed them, but I don't think that I really need to do that because I know who made them. So anyway, I added a little bit of back stitching to the unicycle because real unicycles usually have plastic bumpers on either side of the seat, so when you drop it you don't wreck your seat. And I don't know, this one kind of bugs me because you can't actually do that on a unicycle. Standing moves, when you're on a unicycle, you're actually standing on the fork right here. Though I guess a pig's legs aren't really long enough for that. But if you want to see something cool, YouTube unicycle dancing or like Japanese unicycle dancing, it's really, really intense and interesting. And I was sort of doing some freestyle unicycling for a while, but I didn't get very good at it. And now I'm pregnant and I'm pretty sure that's not on the list of approved activities. So I finished that. The pig only took me like 2 or 3 days. Like it didn't take very long. Next up, the elephant, which took most of the rest of the 2 weeks. And this one is also by dailycrossstitch.com, just like the pig and the hippo. The colors don't really go with any of the other animals that I've done so far. The colors are kind of weird. I don't know why the elephant is green. I mean, it worked out okay. I thought it was going to be a lot uglier than it is. And I substituted the orange. It said it needed a tangerine orange. And I had like some random anchor that are left over from when I made friendship bracelets when I was a kid. So I used that instead, and I think it turned out pretty well. And also I put on some beads. These ones were just supposed to be with white floss. But I decided to try putting beads on instead, and I really like it. I think it looks much better that way. It doesn't really match, like I said, it doesn't really match the hippo or the pig. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. The hippo I really should have put on a larger piece of fabric, but oh well. Although one thing I was thinking about was taking the same orange or some color, probably the orange or maybe the dark purple from the elephant, and ripping out the hoop that the hippo has and replacing it with something so that at least they'll match a little bit, because I'm planning to display them together in like kind of a collage type thing on the wall. So it'd be good if they at least sort of went, like the hippo and the pig go pretty well. So, and this hoop, that's not the color it was supposed to be. That was the substitution. Like it was just supposed to be some kind of brown. So I don't know. I don't really want to redo that. But on the other hand, I think it might look better. So let me know what you think. I am really interested in your input on this matter. I mean, I always am when I ask. But this one particularly, because I don't know what to do. So there are my finishes. The hippo is from last time. I've got the pig and the elephant. And I have a start, which I started yesterday, I think. Or the day before. I think it was yesterday. And I love it so much. It's so cute. Look at those little... They're supposed to be octopuses. This is another dailycrossstitch.com. This pattern is called Tiny Octopuses. I think they look more like jellyfish. Although jellyfish don't have faces or brains or really much else going on. I personally don't think they should count as animals. I think you should have a brain and, you know, sexual reproduction. If you can clone yourself and that's your primary means of reproduction, I don't think you count as an animal. But I'm not a biologist. I don't get to decide these things. So you can see I'm almost done this guy. I haven't done the little corner of its eye. That's supposed to be white as well. I think I'll probably actually just leave that as white because it would look weird if like the whites of its shiny eyeballs were sticking out of the fabric, so I don't think I'll bead that. And then there's going to be two more. I have one little tentacle on a pink one, and then a lot of the purple one. This one I did even less gridding than I did on the others. I just did the center lines because this, the pattern is almost exactly the same size as the elephant, so I just cut the fabric the same, and it's a little narrow, but I think I'll probably end up displaying it in a smaller hoop than I'm working on it. I just wanted the space for when I'm working. I think I'm using the 6-inch hoop. Yeah, and if it fits in the 5-inch hoop, I'll probably display it that way, but we'll see. But yeah, with these projects with the solid colors are so much easier than my blue-haired girl, and I actually make way more mistakes on these ones. Like the elephant, I did this, which side? Yeah, this side of the ball. I did like the whole thing. Like I outlined it because then I've been outlining things like you can see in this one because then I can just go and do the rest and not have to look at the pattern. So I outlined it. I went all the way up and then all the way back down. I'm like, oh, that's not right. There was like I think it was too close. And I ended up having to rip out like the entire outline and redo it. And I made some other mistakes like that. Like just, I don't know. This blue-haired girl, I guess I'm paying more attention because it's more difficult. I still haven't worked on it. I want to. Like I've been so productive with these little ones, I feel like I can probably spare the time. But I've also started a quilt, which I think I'll show you when it's done, but since you're not here for quilting, I won't do that now. I work on that for like an hour or so in the morning, and then I do cross stitch for another hour or two, depending on how much time I have. I start working at 12:30, and for a while I was just sleeping in until like 11. But now I'm waking up pretty consistently at like 5 or 6, which is awesome. Not. I'd rather sleep, but oh well. I guess my shift used to start at 7:30 in the morning, and that was nice because I only work for 5 hours in a day, so I had the afternoon to myself. But then I had like the morning sickness and stuff, so I switched to the afternoon, and now I can't switch back because most people consider the morning to be more desirable. So I could do mornings again, I guess, but yeah, well, I'm okay with the afternoon. I'm more productive in the morning, which before I channeled that productivity into work. And now I'm channeling it into crafty stuff, which I don't know. I think that's better, really. So that's about it. Yeah, 2 finishes and a start in 2 weeks. That's, you know, that's not bad. So yeah, let me know what you think about the hippo hula hoop situation. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.